Yo, what up? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-side official, no negotiations needed, period. You already know WCS is back with another one. Yeah, the news is out there that Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez may be likely. With all the antics that we've been experiencing going on with T.O. being disrespectful and the whole situation with him disrespecting Turkey Al-Sheikh, just like several other fighters have done. You have to ask yourself, when is it gonna stop? Okay, Turkey and his people are signing the checks for those individuals who are somehow, some way associated with them, right? But we've had fighters, and it's only one fighter that's really have held 10 toes down. That's Tank Davis. He said he wasn't going over there for the madness. He felt it would be a setup and all that. For Shakur Stevenson, he too had to bend the knee, kowtow, and kiss the pinky toe of Turkey Al-Sheikh. Yes, I say he had to kiss the pinky toe. No matter how hard you are on this freaking social media, you had to kiss Turkey Al-Sheikh's pinky toe. You know what I'm saying? And that's after he had finished walking around the arena barefooted. And then next was T.O. T.O.'s not a newcomer to this. You know what I'm saying? T.O. pretty much has been outspoken against Top Rank. He's been outspoken against a lot of people, to include calling Turkey Al-Sheikh a dictator. So, I'm thinking maybe Teofimo Lopez has an alternative route to the monetary pot of gold that he's looking for. I mean, that pot of gold is just waiting there for T.O. to make that meal. Because at one point in time, T.O. was saying, like, I haven't touched the M yet. Right? So I'm trying to figure out all his supporters, his squad, his life coach, what direction were they going to be able to send T.O. in order to get the type of money he's looking for. And then lo and behold, y'all, the clouds didn't even have to part for this. It was sunny outside. For real. It was sunny outside. I say about 90 plus degrees. I'm thinking, damn, T.O. is going to stand for something, because he refused to fall for everything, right? I'm thinking T.O. is saying, hey, I'm not going to be the one that y'all see kissing Turkey's pinky toe. And sure enough, with the best weather you can imagine outside, T.O. came around and he had to pucker up and kowtow and give Turkey Al-Sheikh pinky toe all those nice wet smooches. You know what I'm saying, T.O.? You had to kowtow and give Turkey Al-Sheikh all that nice wet smooch. You know what I'm saying? You had to pucker those lips up for good old Turkey. And I thought you was gonna hold your ground, bro. After all the shit you was talking, I thought T.O. was gonna be the one to hold his ground. But no, he had to kiss the pinky toe. T.O. may have had to stay down there a little longer, because he said Turkey was a dictator, if you know what I meant. Turkey might have had T.O. participate in some extracurricular activities, because now all of a sudden they're saying T.O. and Devin Haney is fighting August. So I had a conversation with myself. I said, what happened to Ryan Garcia, though? Oh, Ryan Garcia, he has to have hand surgery. That's pretty much what happened. He had to have hand surgery. Even though I didn't see him throw a punch hard enough in his last fight for him to pretty much hurt his hand, he had to have hand surgery, y'all. Wouldn't you believe it? He had to have hand surgery. Not only that, it seems like he was suspended, Dodo. Is it just me? Wasn't Ryan Garcia suspended? Seriously. How does he need to take a year off and he just came off a year suspension? I think this would do Ryan very well to take a year off and all that other shit. Huh? What? What the fuck are we talking about, man? I don't get that. I'm not gonna lie. Let me wipe my phone right quick. So, we have Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, y'all. This is my opinion on that. They should have fought at 135. There was no mention of them at 140. Now they're fighting at a catchweight at 145. Why? Can somebody explain to me why they're both fighting at a catchweight? Like Devin Haney just fought at a catchweight. Teofimo just defended his belt. Hold on for a second, y'all. Yeah, my bad. I gotta call y'all. So back to what I was saying. You had the 135 and the 140. Now we have both of these gentlemen taking a catchweight fight. And for me, I can understand Teo pretty much, defending his title at 140. But Devin had just had a catchweight fight. All right? I wouldn't put this culpability on Devin Haney, of course, but I definitely would put it on Teofimo Lopez. And the culpability that I'm speaking on is that when he was calling out Crawford, he wanted to talk about having it, he wanted to talk about fighting Crawford. And then, when it's all said and done, he was talking about having it at a catchweight. It's just a whole lot of clout chasing that was going on with this guy when it comes down to it. Because, he was calling out the big dogs, but it seems like the big dogs wasn't the ones that was trying to move up in the division for a catchweight. Crawford wasn't moving up in a catchweight. I'm pretty sure Jaron Ennis is not moving up in a catchweight. I mean, y'all out here looking like Danny Garcia up in this bitch. I'm not lying. You gotta ask yourself, damn. You was calling out, clout chasing Crawford's name all that time. And then when it came down to somebody asking you, did you still want to fight him? You said at the catchweight. Why y'all just can't move up like the champ? The champ moved up from 40 to 47 to 54, no catchweight. But y'all niggas busy catching the shit out of this weight classes, bro. For real. What is all this catchweight coming in at? I thought y'all was warriors. 145 for what? Why? I mean, I thought y'all look. You all are proving to us that you're not built like that. You want to clout chase the ones who are built like that, but you're not built that way. You're calling out the big dogs for clout, but when it comes time to emulate what the big dogs are doing, y'all won't do it. Man, Rodriguez wasn't fighting no freaking catch weights. He wasn't fighting no catch weight when he moved up. Stayed up there for a couple of titles, went back down, you know, picked up some titles and then came back up and fought for another one. He ain't doing no catchweight shit. I'm telling you, a lot of you cats are being exposed, man. A lot of you dudes are being exposed, man, and you've been on the game. Both, not so much Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney, for whatever reason, I'm not sure why he's fighting at a catchweight. I'm not sure why he's fighting at a catchweight. I don't. He's big. I just don't know. But I will tell you this. I'll be on a little bit later. You know, these cats are blowing, and it's a person in front of me. But we'll talk a little bit later about this situation. Y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hot.